The image of the child is one of the central aspects of the Reggio Emilia philosophy. In order to adopt a Reggio Emilia way of doing things, it's crucial to start seeing children and education from a Reggio Emilia perspective. Taking this perspective, this view of and attitude towards children and education, is actually much more crucial than adopting any specific practice or activity. In fact, Reggio Emilia has no specific methods to follow or required certifications. Those who are most familiar with the Reggio Emilia program in Italy stress that programs that follow its philosophy will not look exactly like their schools. Each program will be unique because it will be a reflection of and a response to the abilities, interests, needs, and understandings of the children and teachers in that particular classroom, and their families and their local community and environment. What ties the programs to each other is a common philosophy or approach to teaching, and the image of the child is considered to be an integral aspect of this philosophy. The image of the child refers to the way teachers think about children and what they believe about them. Now, everyone has an image of what they think children are like, which deeply affects how they interact with children. For example, what they expect from them and what they allow them to do. If you are not sure what your view of the child is, Carlo Rinaldi has suggested that thinking about your answers to some of these questions may bring your beliefs into better focus. Who is a child? What is childhood? How do we learn? What is the meaning of to educate? What is the relationship between teaching and learning? What is the role of school in society? What's the relationship between school and research? What's the relationship between school and education? The Reggio Emilia perspective rejects viewing children as weak, incomplete, unskilled, passive, or fragile. It holds that all children are rich in potential, strong, powerful, and competent, prepared to learn, interested in building relationships, and capable of using their 100 languages to communicate, to learn, and to teach each other. They're also seen as having rights, including the right to develop their potential and to take an active role in their own learning, as apprentices and researchers who question, explore, observe, hypothesize, and discuss their world in order to clarify their own understandings. This core aspect of the Reggio Emilia approach is one of the most challenging to adopt, even for adults who agree with it in principle, because many modern cultures tend to treat children as beings who are not competent to develop their own understandings, or too fragile to explore important topics, who must constantly be told what to think and protected from their own impulses. An education program that views children as rich in potential and competent to learn is one that spends a great deal of time listening to the children rather than talking at them. If you feel your beliefs and your actions as a teacher are already well aligned with the Reggio image of the child, you may want to just dive into whatever activities you believe will fit into your classroom and will help you practice taking a Reggio approach, while remaining open to listening to the children and discussing your experiences with like-minded educators. You can learn about how to approach activities with the Reggio Emilia mindset not only through this source, but also through other online resources and books and conferences. If you find the Reggio image of the child to be powerful and engaging, but feel that you don't know how to put it into practice, you may want to consider beginning with activities that specifically help you practice listening to your students and developing an image of them based on your own experiences. Everyone's image of the child and the habits of thinking and acting that come with it grow out of their culture and experiences. Psychologists have confirmed that changing habits really is one of the hardest things for any person to do. It takes time and practice. So having a Reggio attitude about learning also means treating yourself as someone who is powerful and competent with untapped riches and potential to learn and grow. But this is one area where the competence of children can be clearly seen. They're often better than adults about expecting that they will change their minds and learn and develop. They're constantly looking closely at things, testing their theories about the world in their play and their conversations. They keep asking questions. What is that? What happened to it? Why? Sometimes they're a little too ready to simply adopt the answers that adults give them, even when they don't really understand those answers, which is one reason why Reggio Emilia instructors give children the time and space to think about their problems and questions for themselves, helping them theorize and voice their questions and their theories, and explore and experiment and think them through for themselves, rather than simply giving them an adult-level answer that's disconnected from their own experiences and understandings and worldviews. As adults, we no longer wonder why all the time. We may not take the time to wonder, to listen and look closely, or to playfully explore a situation. We've already learned answers and ways of thinking and viewing the world that have worked for us in many situations, so they've become habits. Now, habits do save a lot of time and mental energy, which is why they're hard to change. But changing habits of thinking becomes more possible when you've had some successful experiences with acting on the new way of thinking. Teacher activities, like the one offered in this set of videos and by other programs and resources, can help teachers who are new to the philosophy practice seeing and doing things in a Reggio Emilia-inspired way. Here are a few that are particularly well suited to practicing seeing and treating your students as competent, powerful, and rich in potential. Many of these exercises focus simply on observing and listening, becoming more aware of what your students know and understand and believe and are capable of, as well as what they need and are curious about. Developing your image of the children in your classroom based on your own experiences should not only persuade you of their competence and potential, it will also help you better understand what you can do to support their learning and development.